Okay guys, so PTCP is here at Mitcham Police Station. But the opening hours are only 9 till 5 and I think it's just gone 5 now. Let me just check. Yeah, it's just gone 5. Which is a bit frustrating. So we've got the station visitors car park just out front here, and then beyond that is authorised personnel only. So let's let this bike out and get in his way. Nice little Yamaha. Yeah, so police authorised vehicles only, and over on this side it does say for police personnel only on this one. There we go. But you can't really see a huge deal from somewhere the public can stand, unfortunately. You've got a forensic services van there. And that's about it, really. So that's a bit of a shame. Yeah, not bad, thank you. Pardon?
Is there anything we can help you with?
No, you're right. I'm just going to see if I can wait and get some marked vehicles coming in and out or stuff, something.
Can I ask why?
Pardon?
Can I ask why?
Just out of interest, really. That's all. Alright. Alrighty.
This body cam audit starts quietly, almost boring, but don't be fooled. What unfolds outside Mitcham Police Station turns into a textbook example of how terrorism powers can be misunderstood, misapplied, and dangerously close to abuse. We're talking about senior officers, Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, and a public auditor who knows the law better than the people trying to enforce it. Stick around, because this one exposes how fast just asking questions can turn into threats of detention, and how knowledge completely flips the power dynamic.
Yeah, no, I'm looking to upgrade. I'm on a 125 at the moment.
Yeah,
by the way, you just blocked somebody coming in. Just be careful of where you park your bike. He was literally trying to come in. Alright, but yeah, so next time I'd recommend.
Because I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I understand that. But obviously you can pull over safely to the side and do so.
What's your name?
Pardon?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Liz.
Liz.
So I'm this police officer that's in charge
Oh,
of this
Chief Superintendent. Okay, lovely.
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Why would I need ID?
Have you got any ID on you, please?
Come
Otherwise
on,
we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Come on, Superintendent. You don't just go around demanding ID from the members of the public.
I'd certainly do if they're a counter-terrorism risk.
Counter-terrorism risk? What makes it a counter-terrorism risk?
Filming our officers.
As I explained to the person on the bike, I don't even know who that is.
Okay,
but I'm just waiting for some marked vehicles to come in and out.
So, would you mind me asking, just asking, what are you doing here?
As I've just explained twice now, once to the person on the bike and one on the to this lady.
Mate, listen, you can't really be outside police stations.
Okay, before you go ahead with the search, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
I would highly recommend that you look up a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council regarding people filming in public places, regarding social media vloggers and police stations. I would highly recommend it before you land yourself a lawsuit.
Listen.
And that's you do what you
feel comfortable with that.
you do what you got to do. You do what you got. I will not say now. I do not consent to any searches. I know lawfully I don't have to, but I want to make that clear.
Regardless of your ability to film things in a public setting,
right?
Obviously, you raise our awareness and our suspicion, particularly in an environment of severe CT risk.
And who are you? Sorry,
I'm Inspector Tarek McKinsey.
Inspector
Tarek McKinsey.
McKinsey. That's a cool name. I like that. And have you got a warrant number there?
Yeah, I do. 243-581.
243-501. Thank you. And do you have a warrant number? Sorry.
Mate, listen.
So
Instead of being obstructive.
You were going to... No, I'm not being obstructive. I'm trying to get relevant information.
Listen to me for a second, all right?
No, I don't have to listen to you, do I?
You don't.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
So you've given me your warrant number. Do you have a warrant number, Superintendent, please?
We're not going to engage with any further.
Listen.
Well, you are, because you're saying that you're going to search me, so you would have to give your information at that point anyway, wouldn't you?
Can you grab one of the uniform law?
Yeah.
And you're Charlie Wynn, so you're a constable, thank you. But, am I being detained at this moment? Am I currently detained?
Yeah, uniforms so
No.
who are equipped to everything to do with you.
Okay, so I'm not detained.
Not at this precise
Okay,
moment.
not at this precise moment. Well, again, as I said, you've got smartphones. I would highly recommend you look up this memo, okay? This memo is a key piece of evidence in court on these lawsuits.
I'm not disputing the fact that you're not allowed to film in the
Absolutely.
public setting, but the fact that you're here and filming police
No,
vehicles...
but the memo clearly states that...
This is where the case instantly becomes serious. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act isn't a convenience tool. It requires reasonable suspicion of terrorism-related activity, not vague discomfort or annoyance. Filming a police station from a public footpath, by itself, does not meet that threshold. This distinction matters because misuse of terrorism powers isn't just a procedural mistake. It can trigger civil liability, misconduct findings, and even damages. Ask yourself, if filming is the trigger here, what stops that logic being used against journalists, photographers, or even members of the public with smartphones?
Well, that will win me this
lawsuit. You're filming
lawsuit.
outside a police station, you've told a colleague you're filming vehicles, that's capturing the
Marked
data and
vehicles.
things like that.
Marked vehicles.
Irrelevant.
No, we pay for them. Members of the public, as through our taxes,
Yeah,
we pay for them.
that's fine.
They're
You're
not
allowed to
secret
do it, but
information.
we can also search
They're not
you
secret.
and to look into that.
No.
and check your phone
You
and
have
things
to
like
have grounds to search me.
that. Yeah, I do.
No. You have to have
Filming
objection.
people
So
coming in
you
and out.
suspect me being a terrorist?
You're also filming people who
Okay.
police officers coming out who are not in marked, who are not wearing uniform.
No. That
Well,
you're
you are.
no. You're
That's
making
what
you're
I've
making
said.
an
You
assumption.
just- Yeah, we
You're
basically
making an
just-
assumption there.
The officer just came out and said you were filming as she exited. So,
Right, and do you know
so
that I
you're
was filming her?
Well, I have that suspicion. Okay.
Okay.
And that's enough for me to look into.
It's not. It doesn't. Filming in public.
we can debate
no,
this all day.
it's
We
not a
can debate
debate.
this
The
all
memo
day,
clearly
alright?
says it, and the fact that I've
Okay,
made you
well,
aware
that's
of this
fine.
memo is going to win me the
You're
lawsuit.
look, that's absolutely fine. You're
It's
filming,
absolutely fine.
It's fine for you to have that opinion.
It's
You're
not an
filming not only
opinion.
marked
It's
officers,
fact.
but staff who
I've
are
already got
unmarked
one
going
lawsuit
through.
against the MPS for this exact
Okay,
reason.
well, look, I'm not going to debate those situations. Okay. Is anyone available?
We're just going to ask a question if someone pop down, but yeah. No, it should come out on the radio.
Okay.
Well, I might just stick around, to be honest. I might just go. But
That's within your gift, right?
well, apparently, because I'm not detained, but you suspect me of being a terrorist because you said you're going to detain me. You're waiting for a uniform to come and detain me. So clearly, you suspect me of being a
We'd
terrorist.
be more comfortable doing a search when we've got body-worn footage as well. All right.
So you're not going to detain me until the uniform gets here. You're just going to wait. At which point I could just walk away, potentially be a terrorist. As you're saying, you suspect.
It's a developing situation.
It's not, because if you genuinely suspect me of being a terrorist,
I don't
you
really
would
want to
be
engage any
physically
further because,
detaining me,
you're
wouldn't
being
you?
provocative, in my opinion, and I think you're doing that on purpose.
No, I'm trying to
my
reason
view.
with you,
That's my view.
Inspector.
You're not being reasonable because you're interrupting me non-stop. I'm trying to talk. You keep cutting
You
in.
interrupt me as well.
No, I've let you speak. You've said you've made your piece. I've explained what we're looking to do.
Yeah,
Okay, and that's fine.
but it's not fine. That's the issue, Inspector, is that it's not fine. You cannot abuse. You used to have Section 44.
I'm not abusing.
You don't have to
I'm not
talk.
abusing.
You don't have to talk. Do you know you used to have Section 44? Do you know why that got repealed? For this exact reason, didn't it? Didn't it, Chief
So why
Superintendent?
why are you filming us now?
Pardon?
Why?
Well, for my own protection. You just said that you're going to detain and search me. As you said, you want body-worn footage. I want my own record as well.
We want to make sure officers are safe. So we want to take.
And I want to make sure members of the public are safe from tyrants like yourselves. So if you're going to abuse Section 43, I cannot stop you from doing that, obviously. And I won't resist you. I'm not going to aid you, but I won't resist you. And you will end up with a civil suit, and you will both be up on disciplinary matters.
We're going to wait till the uniform. I think we've both said our piece here.
No, I haven't finished saying my piece,
All right,
actually.
you're free to talk.
This is where contradictions start piling up fast. The officer claims counterterrorism risk, yet cannot articulate what behavior suggests terrorism. There's no covert activity, no intelligence, no attempt to hide, just open filming. Legally, suspicion has to be objective and specific, not a gut feeling. What makes this moment explosive is that the auditor explicitly references the NPCC memo, official guidance meant to prevent exactly this situation, and it's brushed aside. When guidance is ignored, liability doesn't disappear. It shifts directly onto the officers involved.
Any sort of concerted effort to look up this memo, to double check the facts before you get a uniformed officer down here to detain me and search me and abuse my human rights. No, you're abusing my rights.
Pulling out a phone and doing research right now. I don't know who you are. I don't know anything.
You could get this constable to do it. You could get the chief superintendent to do it.
A little bit under control. That's absolutely fine. Right?
Well, sorry, what's your name, Chief? Elizabeth Chappell, and what was it, Sergeant McKinsky? And your warrant number, sorry? 238826. Thank you. Just so I know exactly who to reference in the complaint to the IOPC.
Absolutely fine.
Absolutely. I will not be bullied by a threat of a search from exercising my right. You know we have human rights in this country. Do you remember your oath? Do either of you remember your oath? No, I doubt that you do you?
We're not going to do this.
You don't have to, but I can still talk and I can still ask questions.
Okay.
Neither of you remember your oath. You swore an oath to the crown of this country to uphold the human rights of the people. I have an Article 10 right to exercise my freedom of expression. That's exactly what I'm doing.
You don't have the right to film police officers.
I absolutely do. Anywhere in a public place, yes, I do. So you're going to come. You're going to come and get a uniform to come with a body-worn camera who has the right to record me, but I don't have the right to record you.
Recording us.
Yeah, but she just said I don't have the right to. Which I absolutely... You just said you don't have the right to record police officers.
You've raised our suspicions that
Well, you're raising my suspicions right now of absolute tyrannical constables. And it's disgusting that it's a superintendent and an inspector. Absolutely despicable.
Okay, no problem.
You keep saying no problem, but it is a huge problem. A huge, huge, huge problem.
Can you just cover out? So essentially, I'll give you a little update. This individual has been spotted outside by an officer leaving the police station unmarked in their own personal vehicle and plastic clothes. She is concerned because it looks like he's filming. Obviously, the entrance where we've got the coming through. He's also filming an officer going home from work, not in plain uniform this time. As such, given this specific threat, there's some concerns that perhaps he's raised our suspicion around in a CT environment. So, obviously,
Again, so before you,
you could put body one on, obviously.
yeah, absolutely.
This is one of the most dangerous moments in the entire encounter. When senior officers float terrorism powers without committing to them personally, they're not just escalating, they're delegating risk. UK law is crystal clear. Rank does not transfer liability. If a constable conducts an unlawful search, it's their name on the paperwork, their career under scrutiny. That's why this matters so much. The auditor isn't posturing. He's documenting a potential civil rights violation in real time.
And I'll be polite with you. I'd like you to hear my side of it, okay? And I think that's only fair. So I came here, as I explained to the first person that approached, I came here to try and get some shots of marked vehicles coming in and out, like this one. If you'll see it wasn't being obstructed, I would get a nice sweep shot of a marked vehicle going in. Right? So let me finish. I've advised the Chief Superintendent and the Inspector that there is a memo from the National Police Chiefs Council, okay, that clearly explains vloggers and social media auditors filming police stations, and that it is not to be used as a ground for a Section 43 search, okay? Now, obviously, I've just heard the inspector say that it's down to you and it is ultimately your decision whether to do the search. As such, if you detain me and search me, you will be the one that is liable, because you'll be the one detaining and searching. You would be the one that is liable under the IOPC complaint procedures for disciplinary and dismissal, okay? So I would advise that, yes, your superiors are suggesting that you do something, but I would suggest that you have some common sense, at least look up this memo before you take any further action. I'm not going to go anywhere, but I would suggest that you look up this memo before you put yourself in a bad situation because a chief superintendent and an inspector is asking you to. Okay, because you are the one that is ultimately responsible for your actions as a constable. And they don't have the balls to detain me and search me themselves.
Okay, are you aware that there's not a lot of marked vehicles that come
come in and out.
I wasn't aware of that, no, but I appreciate you telling me. I didn't know that because I've not been here before.
You've not been here before?
No. So how would I know that?
So, were you not here earlier?
No.
No.
No. Well, have you had somebody else here filming today?
Well, I've just been told that you were here earlier.
No, I've been here 14 minutes.
Okay. And how long are you staying here?
As long as a piece of string, my friend. You know, like I said, that shot that I've just missed because I'm now engaging in this conversation with you probably would have been enough to get my footage. And I probably would have been on my way. But obviously now I'm going to have to wait for another vehicle because I need to complete my footage.
Okay.
You know.
How many vehicles are you looking for?
Just one.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Just like one police car?
Yeah, marked vehicle. Yeah. It's just,
Why are you filming?
Pardon?
Why are you filming?
Because I'm interested. You know, we all have individual interests, don't we?
I know everyone tends to have like their own different reasons.
Absolutely, exactly. You know, and I have the right to freedom of expression in this country.
Exactly.
You know, and I absolutely have that right. I'm not trespassing onto your secure areas. I was stood at there. I clearly filmed the fact that you got the authorised vehicles only and the police personnel only sign. And so I made a point to point that out for my footage. And the fact that I'm not going past that, I stood there to film through. All I could see was a forensics unit. And I said,
Just a quick favour, just an officer coming out of their personal vehicle, can you not film that? Just
I mean, no, because I need to keep the camera.
One of the clearest red flags in policing encounters is an inability to answer a simple question. Am I being detained? The law demands clarity. Either someone is free to leave, or they're detained under lawful authority. This limbo, where officers imply detention without confirming it, exposes forces to massive legal risk. Courts take this extremely seriously because ambiguity strips people of their ability to exercise their rights. If you're watching this and wondering why auditors repeat this question, this is exactly why.
Obviously free to film whatever you want. Right?
Absolutely, thank you, I appreciate
The
that.
only issue comes when you're filming officers not in uniform leaving
Yeah.
in their personal
But again, you're making assumptions that that's
It's
what I'm
not an assumption
doing.
of you,
I'm not making an
it's-
assumption
it's-
or anything.
yeah.
I'm just
Exactly.
saying that the problem stands when that thing
Okay,
happens.
but again, that's not illegal,
So,
is it?
Up until then,
It's not illegal to do that. I can record every personal vehicle coming in and out. And you can ask questions. I don't like the fact
That's
that,
what we're here doing.
but I don't like the fact that no.
just here having a
Can,
chat.
yeah, but we are, but they weren't.
What's about your
I'm
interaction with them?
I'm fussed about it. I had the Chief Superintendent and an inspector threaten me with a Section 43 search. They should know about the memo. They are like the highest ranking constables. No, I
The issue
can't.
is, with the Section 43, that's underneath the Terrorism Act.
Sure.
If we feel like what your actions are doing will pose a personal risk to any officers that aren't in uniform, because you're getting.
Sorry, you're
their
quite softly
information.
spoken.
Sorry,
That's all right.
because you're basically getting their legal information that way by recording their registers and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. That sort of raises our sort of threat level. So we're like, oh, why is he recording these officers? What's he planning to do with that video? That's where our ground stands. It's not to say that necessarily we are going to be searching Section 43. But that is an option that we
It's
do
not.
have.
It's not enough grounds. That the memo clearly covers this. It's not an offence to film anybody's registration plate, personal or private. I'm having a conversation with the constable. You can bugger off. No, I'm done with you. You didn't want to talk to me. Now I don't want to talk to you. No, not to him. To you, I will be. Because yeah, and I'll continue with it. I'll continue that with you. He can bugger off. I'm done with him. But
Why exactly can he? What was he up to?
because the inspector, as I said, the inspector and the chief superintendent came out demanding ID and saying that I have to provide it, and then saying that they're going to get a uniform out to search me under Section 43. It's good plan. But yeah, it's not a power in this situation that you have the right to use. You have to have objectionable, solid grounds, and there are specific grounds under Section 43 that you need to have. And pardon? That's not my job to tell you that. No.
Clearly, you know the legislation.
I do know the legislation very well. I know this legislation very well, as I explained to the chief superintendent in the instance.
This is the moment the entire situation pivots. Once personal liability enters the conversation, everything changes. The constables now understand that they're not shields for senior officers, they're accountable individuals. And notice the shift. Voices soften, questions replace commands, and de-escalation begins. This isn't accidental. This is what happens when law replaces hierarchy. It's also why knowledge is the single most effective tool in these encounters. Not shouting, not insults, just facts.
You'll find it. But sorry, forensic vehicle coming in. But yeah, I mean, obviously, where was I, sorry? Where was I up to?
You were talking about your lawsuit.
Oh yeah, so I've got a lawsuit ongoing for this exact thing, right? I was filming somewhere in London, they didn't like the fact that I was filming, the police, because I didn't want to give them my information, and I didn't want to explain my reason for what I was doing, I think I've given you more information than I gave them. I've told you I'm waiting for marked vehicles to come out.
Yeah.
I might get a drone over. It's not a flight restricted zone, I might get a drone over yet, because obviously I can't see the marked vehicles from standing here, so I'm going to have to get a drone over to get those shots. It's very loud. Well, that's not helping with a headache. But yeah.
Do you have a drone on you now?
Pardon?
Do you have a drone on you now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in my rucksack.
Is it like a little small,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a DJI one?
DJI Mini. Yeah, you know the drill. So, but yeah, so I might get that up. But yeah.
DJI Minis, are they actually any good?
Yeah, they're really
Which
good.
one do you have?
I've got the Mini SE, which is like the baseline one.
Are these the ones that are
But-
a grand?
No,
They
mine was.
can be a grand.
Yeah, like the Mini 3 is like 850 quid.
I think I've looked at yeah, don't even need to be here. You can pick
Yeah.
it up if you want.
I'm just like,
You cracking on, yeah?
I don't understand what you've done to
Okay.
drones. I don't-
Can I just say to you before we go, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my side of it and not just the inspectors. And I really appreciate the fact that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation because of your superiors. Because you seem like a nice, friendly bloke. I'm not gonna lie. that laugh is telling me otherwise.
Yeah, no, he's good.
No, but you seem reasonable, and I'm glad that you haven't put yourself in a bad situation. All
keep that
right?
in the
Absolutely. But yeah, something's telling me otherwise. 1594. I'm gonna have to look into you a little bit more.
I think what we just really wanted to say to you is obviously you know what you're doing. In
Absolutely.
DA rules. All we're saying is, personally, we have our own vehicles here. We're going home. It's not you necessarily. It's people that might watch your media and see that sort of information on there.
And I get that.
And
I get that to
smoothly,
an extent.
Like, I'd rather not. Well, I'm not driving home anytime
No.
soon. My shift finishes in like
Yeah.
6 hours
But-
later. But like, that's
I'm not
just
gonna be that
please be considerate of obviously our
Okay,
privacy as
yeah,
police
and I
officers.
get that to an extent, and it's
Yeah.
never my objective to stand here.
That's all right.
And if they had searched me, and when the search would have come back negative, I would have made a point of standing here and filming every single one and publishing them out of
With the
spite, and I
Terrorism
would
Act,
have.
we have to reasonably believe that you are a terrorist.
Absolutely.
Performing hostile reconnaissance.
Absolutely.
Now-
And hostile reconnaissance, according to memo, by its very
The contrast here couldn't be clearer. Calm communication, active listening, and legal reasoning immediately diffuse a situation that senior officers inflamed. This isn't anti-police. It's pro-good policing. The constables acknowledge legitimate concerns like officer safety while still respecting public rights. That balance is exactly what policing by consent is supposed to look like. It begs an uncomfortable question. Why did it take junior officers to restore legality and common sense?
everybody's safety, the public's and yours, because you have your body cams on, but obviously when you're dealing with
Yeah.
such safety, you're so up close, sometimes it
on
doesn't
the
show it.
system.
But then if I've got footage and something happens to you, something happens to the member of the public, there's an objective full shot of it, you know what I mean?
Even when we're dealing with members of the public and things like that,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can send us their own footage. But
Yeah, yeah.
from your perspective, we don't know what you're doing behind the camera. So like, there could
No,
be times
that's-
where like we've turned up to something and someone seems to have got like some mobile phone footage
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and this person's absolutely kicking off. But behind the camera, they could be going. and
They
stuff
could
like
be.
that, but we don't know that.
They could be.
I missed the answer earlier. How long are you staying for? Just whenever?
Yeah, I'd say that, yeah. As long as a piece of string.
One marked police car in there, and then a couple of carriers, and then most of them are personal vehicles.
Okay.
So there's no cars, no officers here are trained on sort of blue lights.
Okay.
So no one's going to come out for
On
your
lights,
video
okay.
like on blue lights.
Okay.
Stuff. Well, they
Well,
shouldn't do.
in that case, what I'll do is I'll get the drone over because
Yeah,
because that obviously it will get the top of your personal vehicles, but it's not got the angle to get your reg numbers or anything. So
Yeah, that's fine. As long as obviously they're just cars, but it's the main
Yeah.
issue I think is when our colleagues are in them and going home. It's like
yeah, again,
you're-
it's not my objective to get that.
Again, we're not saying that it's you personally that filmed
No.
it for that reason, but people can look at your media and content. And
Sure,
just
but
like
if somebody like specifically really wanted to come and do some damage to this station, there's Google Earth. Like
There
if they
is.
wanted access
And
points,
you-
there's Google
and
Street Maps,
you're making
and
a
they could go
point.
stand in the park over there, look like they're just playing in the park,
Yeah.
and actually be
You're
noting
making
down
good points,
every
but
registration that's
it's-
coming in and
if we
out.
can
You know,
limit
they
the-
could do their own
yeah,
reconnaissance.
If we can limit the means and stuff, that would be better.
Yeah, again, it's not my objective
No,
because you
no.
guys have been reasonable. I'm not going to like film every vehicle. The one in the background, I will try and blur
What's
it.
your name? You have a nickname or
No,
YouTube name
I don't
or-
give it out. I don't give it out.
Not even YouTube now.
Nah, I don't give anything
What? So we
out.
can't watch the video of ourselves.
Oh, you can. Like, I won't name it anything obscure.
Is it going to be called like Auditing Mitcham Police Station?
It'll be something around It'll have Mitcham Police Station in it. What day are we
When
on now?
uploading it?
Probably late in the weekend, early next week. I've got a few other videos going out on that, so. But
cool. Well, I see no need for us to really stand it anymore. To be honest.
Brilliant.
Yeah, just do what you do. Obviously. Yeah, I don't know what else.
Can I just ask you a favour?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you please educate your Chief Superintendent and Inspector?
To be fair to you, mate, you've got to remember that where they are in the positions they are, they're not.
No, because
they're not talking to members of the public like yourself every day.
It doesn't matter. Like, they're higher rank. They set the example for you guys at the end of the day, and it's unacceptable.
Yeah,
if they had taken this time to have this chat with me, they would come to the same conclusion that you guys have come to, that I'm not here for any terrorist activity, and that I'm just doing what I do for my social media.
Yeah.
And I even said to them about them when I mentioned the memo to them, I said, it explains about social...
This case leaves us with a powerful takeaway. A superintendent and an inspector threatened a terrorism search without lawful grounds, ignored national guidance, and attempted to offload responsibility onto junior officers. Those officers chose to think, not obey blindly, and that decision likely saved careers and prevented a lawsuit on the spot. The broader implication is simple but critical. Rights don't vanish because someone feels uncomfortable. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth police body cam and lawsuit breakdowns. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments.
Not as individual officers, and that's why I give everybody their fair due. I've had a civil conversation with you, I'll be respectful to you, because I'll give everybody their fair due. When they came out and started demanding ID and throwing around Section 43, you're not going to get the same side of me. The same way that if I start being abusive to you, I'm not going to get the same side of you. We all have different parts of ourselves, and I think respect on both sides goes a long way, and I will give everybody that until they show me they don't need it. Jahari's box. I'm a psychologist, so yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Photographer, drone flyer.
Amateur photographer, psychologist by training.
How long have you been doing photography?
On and off since I was a teenager, really.
You're allowed to call yourself an amateur photographer at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
You've got more than enough experience.
no, I mean, I literally just use a mobile phone and like some basic editing software. I don't. Yeah, iPhone. I don't go around with a DSLR or anything like that. It's just purely amateur. Like, it's not anything special. I don't use Photoshop.